what the happened? Back to it on the Zeke Elliott game-clinching touchdown catch.
Yes.
Great game, Cowboys-Lions.
Yes.
But what happened on that game-winning play?
Well, game-winning play, and, you know, oddly enough, we talked about Bill Belichick, all-out blitzing in big moments, right? Well, this was a big moment, all right? It's third down. Dak Prescott's got the ball. He's in the shotgun, and here it comes, basically. It's not an all-out. It is. I'm getting this. It's an all-out blitz. They're coming. They're going to try to force the hand of Dallas, and not let him score a touchdown. Maybe get a sack, hold them to a field goal. Hopefully, get the sack and make the field goal longer. Put the pressure on them that way. This is in the DNA of a lot of defensive coordinators, and especially a Matt Patricia, who, like Bill Belichick, plays man-to-man a lot. Plays too much man-to-man, in my opinion, just to say that right off the bat, because he doesn't have Bill Belichick's secondary. He doesn't have the talent there. So some of those guys, I just think it's a little unrealistic at times to be playing man-to-man. But, the big thing is, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was the first screenplay Dallas threw the whole game. So I don't know. I wasn't charting it, so I don't know.
Running back through it.
But either way, if there was another screen, maybe it was one.
It wasn't like watching the Patriots where it was like 9 or 10.
No, it certainly wasn't a theme of the game where I was going, the screens, right? Like, I don't remember it, and I could be wrong. But either way, it was a very limited amount. But really a great call in the perfect moment against the perfect defense. And this is, again, where film study comes into play, and Kellen Moore probably had a good beat. And, in these situations throughout watching the first 10 weeks of the year, Patricia likes to dial it up here. And he basically calls, the exact right play here, to where he's got 3 receivers to the left, a receiver to the right, and here they come. They're going to bring the all-out blitz. They're all coming. And, what happens is Prescott's in the shotgun, Zeke Elliott's to his right, and nobody in the front recognizes the screen, because they're all going, okay, coach called them blitz, we're going to go get them, and they fly up. So nobody really has a feel for it. And basically what happens is Zeke Elliott kind of acts like he's in a block and then floats out to the right side.
What a play by him.
What a play by him. The beauty of the play was the catch, right? Yes, because Dak did not throw a real good ball to him. Threw a low, hard, and outside ball, right?
And we talked last week about, that combination or potential combination was at the heart of one of the main plays we talked about, Cowboys-Vikings. He tried to hit him. He tried to hit Zeke on the out route. Right. He was covered by Kendricks. So now it comes back. It wasn't a tough route. But I think for a running back to go from that kind of fingertip catch with that kind of balance, from catch and being off balance to when he was at full speed, was like that. Yes. It was as incredible of a little, tiny little part of a play as a running back had all week. Well,
I mean, it is where he is a gifted pass catcher. He is. Now, to last week, it's not necessarily a gifted route runner like we want. Not at all. But I get you. Yeah. You're right. He's got sweet hands. He catches the ball with ease.
And switched it
and
to
the
one hand, the other.
Right. And to keep his hands, to keep his hand down. You're right. Exactly right. He is special that way, and he's pliable and athletic. So they had Jason Witten to the right, 3 receivers to the left. And because they're in cover 0, see, the beauty of these kind of plays here is, when nobody in the front kind of sniffs out the blitz itself, everybody's in man-to-man coverage downfield, so their back's turned. So Dak Prescott, he's kind of fading away, holding the ball to let the receivers get down the field and let the screen develop. And, nobody's paying attention because they're locked onto their man. And so that's where the beauty of the play is, let alone Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, they get out. Now, the one guy that's there to be covering Zeke Elliott is, I want to get his name right, 44, Reeves Maben, right? He's in a tough spot here because he is following Zeke Elliott out. He's about 2 to 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and he's there. But the problem is that Zach Martin, the right guard, and Frederick, the center, get out so clean that when the ball is thrown to Zeke and he tries to come down to make the play, they're already there to form a little wall around Zeke. And Zach Martin gets a hat on Reeves Maben, and he has no chance to make the play. Plus, you said the great catch where Zeke then spins outside and, the Red Sea parts. There's no one there. All that really has to happen after that is that Jason Witten, who is the receiver to that side, just has to make sure he gets a piece of the guy that's now recognizing, oh, gosh, Zeke Elliott caught a screen, let me do it. He does a great job of kind of making a block, pushing the guy guy out of the way, and and Zeke kind of cuts inside and gets a very easy touchdown, which really broke the backs of the Detroit Lions and put them in a tough spot with Jeff Driscoll at quarterback and everything like that. The chances of them winning that type of game were not good.
I asked you for a letter grade on Carson Wentz a little while ago.
Right.
What grade would you give to Dak Prescott?
He was phenomenal in this game.
Right?
I mean, yeah, it's A+.
Which part of his game do you like the best?
I think the big thing I would take away, really more than anything, it's his team, it's his offense. They are not playing like run-first football anymore. They are put Dak back there, either it's play action, shotgun, and I think you and I will see the same thing here. I don't know, I haven't talked to you about it. They don't give him a lot of like slam dunk completion. They're not throwing like screens, and he's not throwing like balls behind the line of scrimmage or 3 yards passes. Every ball is like 10, 20, 15, 20, 10, 20. Deep shot downfield. I mean, again, a little like we talked with the Kirk Cousins, the degree of difficulty in throws is pretty high, right?
It's high.
Yes.
You know it when you're watching it. Like if someone asks you, if someone walked in the room and say, Dak's numbers are pretty good, what's he doing? You wouldn't say, he hit a bunch of screens, he's checking it down a bunch. He is pounding the ball into tight windows.
Yes,
in the intermediate part of the field, the middle, and to the sidelines, as well as any quarterback.
I agree.
And I try and hold back on. I have so many numbers written down about what I see, what I check, and I keep most of them to myself. But his yards per completion is second only to Patrick Mahomes.
I would think that.
And he's up near 70%.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's doing, like this one game, I'm like, wow. That was really good. I felt this way about him a number of times this season. You go back and line it up, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks playing better than him right now.
No, I agree. He is. I think the last few weeks entered the rarefied air of
Should he be in this MVP conversation?
I think that's very fair. I'm not going to put him up there with Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson yet. I'm not. But I think he's in that next group down where we might be able to say him, Kirk Cousins are in that conversation. I don't know. Right now, it might be those two.
Right.
Especially with kind of Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers not doing as well as of late. Like he's kind of in the next group down past that now.
Yeah.
But I think and especially if they can go on a run here late, he deserves to be it because they are playing through him. Again, I'm not all that impressed with Zeke Elliott right now.
Well, and Kellen Moore is seeing the exact same, and why wouldn't he? Seeing the exact same way you are. I mean, the number of time he's dropping back and making difficult throws is up in the 30s.
It is.
And Zeke is touching it in the 20s, in the run and pass, so it's a nice balance. But I always thought this offense was about 21.
I know.
And this year, it's much more about the quarterback.
It is. It's about number 4 and cha-ching. I mean, that's all you can say because he's going to get paid big-time money. He is. He's going to, with the way he's played and the way he's, if he continues to do what we've seen the last 2 weeks and all that, he's going to get something Russell Wilson type money, and I'm not going to have any problem with that.
One thing that he's doing that I noticed about him more than some other quarterbacks is we always praise the offensive line. Right. And they do have a good offensive line.
Yes, they do, yeah.
But with that extra second to second and a half that he gets, when number one's not open, but he's allowed to hang in there, he doesn't get sped up and flustered.
No, he doesn't.
When as a quarterback, I probably shouldn't be holding it this long. Guys are going to be coming after me. And some very veteran quarterbacks will look a little flustered with that extra second.
Agreed.
He looks very comfortable with the extra time he gets and finds whoever should be open, whoever is open.
100%.
It's a subtle thing.
And he's not going from 1 to, let me sit there and just find a short completion now, like the check down. It's like, I'm going for the other, big, I'm going to try to gash you a number 2 read.
Yes.
Which is like, okay, I looked for the deep crosser. He wasn't open. Now I'm going to look for the deep in cut on the other side to see if I can hammer that in there.
His body language and his vision doesn't get sped up with the extra time that his offensive line gets him. I think it's a special thing.
I think it is a special thing. I think it goes to a thing that I say a lot. I actually just talked about this in the radio, and I'm glad you're even going here with it because I say this a lot. I don't know if you've heard me say it, but size is a skill. And his size and strength and power as a man, I think allows him to stand in there and go, I don't give a shit if you hit me defense end. I can take it. I'm as big as you. I'm 245. I'm 250.
At least.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that TV doesn't do it justice.
No, it does not.
I was covering a game of his in San Francisco a couple years ago, and I wanted to interview him. So I'm walking behind him the whole time after the game.
Right.
And I was like, this is the biggest quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Now, Cam Newton is bigger.
Yes, right.
Just in terms of total size
It's thick.
Oh
It's ass and legs. He
yeah.
wins the ass and legs competition for quarterbacks. But
every single time.
I am with you. A little concerned with Dallas's defense still. I don't think they're as dominant as I was like. The run game does bother me. I really will say it. You know, they got Tony Pollard involved a little bit more in the run game and like some of those cheap like shuffle passes where he goes on like a speed sweep, but it gets counted as a pass, right? And he does bring some juice to that offense a little bit.
Sure does.
I don't know what to say about Zeke, man. I mean, he's good, but he's not great to me right now. Maybe I'm wrong, man. You can tell me.
If you're evaluating him as the number one part of that offense, he slipped a little bit.
Definitely.
If you're evaluating him as a supplement to Dak Prescott,
it's not as jarring.
Good.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
You're exactly right about that. And we'll see where Dallas goes here. I mean, Dallas, of course, has got the New England Patriots. They can give New England some issues. The big thing to me with Dallas, as long as Michael Gallup is healthy on the outside, and then you got, of course, Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb work in the middle, man, that's a tough three with what you're saying. Good pass protection, a quarterback who is aggressive, decisive, and fearless in the pocket. You know, that's dangerous. You know, and like we talk about with any good offense, a good offense makes you defend every square inch of the field, and Dallas does that through staying somewhat patient for the run game, and then when they drop back to pass, you know, I don't care if you're the cover 3 corner and you're 30 yards down the field, they will throw it 50 yards downfield over your head if you're not ready, and that's, to me, always a strength of a great offense.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.